So I'm joined by Tom Kerr, and the news has just broken that Sam Twiston-Davies is going to go freelance. He's no longer going to be Paul Nicholls' top jockey. He's going to be replaced by Harry Cobden. Tom, what does this mean for Sam, first off?
Well, I think in Sam's statement there's a line which really sort of you can read between what he's saying. And he says there's lots of other jockeys getting rides with Paul, and I feel I'll be better placed to take the next step if I go freelance. I think essentially he's conscious that underneath them at Ditchy there's this growing ranks of really talented jockeys: Harry Cobden, Bryony Frost, Sean Bowen. And I think he just sort of feels that maybe, I don't know, perhaps the writing was on the wall, that he could see that this new generation were coming through and he was going to have his chances squeezed out a bit. You know, Nicholls only had 2 Grade 1 winners last year, and one of them was ridden by Bryony Frost. So I think he could see that's the way it's going, and has decided that by going freelance, he can, forge his own way. And he says he wants to be champion jockey, and it will give him the freedom to forge the links with other trainers that perhaps might help him reach that goal.
Now, I think he's around 14-1 to win that championship next season, as we've said. What chance do you give him? Obviously, he's got his father's backing, Dr. Richard Newland, another trainer who's invested in him.
You'd have to say it's a long shot, isn't it? I mean, those 14-1 odds look about right. Nicholls provided, something like 210 rides for him last year. And while his dad, Nigel Twiston-Davies, will obviously be giving him more rides, and he's got that good link with Dr. Richard Newland as well, he would need to reach out elsewhere and forge a link with other trainers in order to have any chance of holding in the likes of Richard Johnson and Brian Hughes. And immediately it's quite hard to see where he's going to get that extra 70, 80 winners a year from, especially considering he's also losing Nicholls rides as well.
And Harry Cobden, of course, now going to be in the #1 spot. Now, this is a job that puts a lot of pressure on jockeys, and he's still very much in the infancy of his career. Do you think he's well equipped to be dealing with what's to come?
I think so, yeah. He's a really smooth operator. We've seen how he's come through the ranks. He's always got a smile on his face. He rides well. He's confident. He's had a great season this year. I think close to 80 winners, Grade 1 winners at Cheltenham and Aintree. So he's clearly shown, not just to us, but most importantly to Paul Nicholls, that he has the ability and the temperament to take on what is ultimately one of the most high-profile and high-pressure jobs in British horse racing.
And finally, Paul Nicholls, obviously he had a good meeting at Aintree. He's yet to sort of scale the heights, 10 times champion trainer. Do you think he could get back up there?
Well, these things are cyclical to a degree, and Paul's had a quiet few seasons compared to where he was back when he was racking up the championships and had horses like Big Bucks and Corto Star side by side at Ditchy. It's ultimately a change of jockey is only going to go so far towards giving him the impetus to hit those heights again. It's all about getting the right horses in. He'll know better than anyone else whether the next generation coming through have the ability to take him back to the level he was at. But certainly in terms of the riders he's got, Harry Cobden, Sean Bowen, Bryony Frost, 3 young, confident, very talented jockeys. So he's got the right manpower in place.